What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our Surviving Java series. And as you can probably tell by this sheer amount of shulker boxes just behind me, we have finally gathered all of the resources in order to do this mega build that I've sort of had planned and designed for the better part of nearly a month now. I've just been sort of slowly gathering the resources in the background, some of them a lot harder than others, like all of this quartz pillars, which was a nightmare, and quartz blocks, which was a nightmare. All of the deep slate was relatively fine because we had just a massive stockpile of it. Nether brick was another nightmare. Even with the barring halls, I ended up taking down nearly a complete nether fortress in order to get all the nether bricks, and then I obviously had to use the bricks from the barring hall to make red nether bricks in order to get them for that. That's deep slate chisel. This is all spruce wood fences and normal spruce wood blocked version, so it's like 3 to every 4, which means I needed a bunch of that. More deep slate, polished walls, deep slate slabs, polished slabs. We've also got nether wart blocks here, and we've got iron blocks, a bunch of spruce leaves for the custom trees. But yeah, there's just a whole bunch, and in total the resource count for this build is just over, I think it's like 95,500 blocks in total for the build that I've actually got planned to do today. So it's probably going to be jumping into a lengthy time lapse, but before we do that, I thought that we should actually change up our skin, and I can show you the sort of custom armor textures that I managed to find specifically for this build. And to be honest with you, I think I want to carry on building this out just because the armor set looks absolutely amazing. So let's quickly hop over into our new skin. And this is our new skin. We're going for the whole gladiator themed sort of thing for this build, and if you could probably tell, my eyes are actually a pixel lower on this skin, and that is purely because of the armor set that I wanted to use. The actual eye holes are a pixel lower than what the normal helmet skin is. So if I like put on this one, my eyes would usually be just underneath the brim, but they're actually now a block lower. It doesn't really matter because we've got this like face mask on, like our gladiator outfit, which is fine. But we can head over here and hopefully not get murdered by this slime in order to do so. Quickly hop through here. So we've got two of them. We've got a Spartan suit, which obviously has the frill at the top, which is another texture. This obviously isn't a mod. This is just a CIT function of the Optifine mod that allows you to sort of see the 3D imaging rendered differently for the carved pumpkins on either helmet. We've got a Centurion one with the Roman shield, and we've got the Spartan one with the Spartan shield. I'm thinking I actually like this armor set, but I prefer this helmet and this shield, so that's what I think I may well do. And can we like grab you? Can we get the boots? Thank you. These are all enchanted as well, so we've still got our Swift Sneak, Feather Falling, Soul Speed and all of that. This is all just diamond gear. I've not actually managed to upgrade it yet. And then we could put our... No! Oh. When you place it, like I just done, rather than right clicking it on, it then goes back into a pumpkin, which means, if I remember, is it like Centurion? Centurion? There we go. Use another level for that, and we can actually put that on our head. So now we've actually got our eye holes in the right spot, which is awesome. You, cowboy hat, are going to be retired for now. And then we're going to want the shield, but in order to do that, we obviously have to take everything off the armor stand because it likes to be a nightmare. We've got the short sword, and can we... there we go, we've got the shield. That probably needs a little bit of repairing. The rest of this stuff can actually go back on the stand, like so. And then we've got our little short sword. It's also changed the textures of the tridents. So our puddle jumper is like this spear thing, which looks absolutely amazing. Let's quickly just come out of here. Ow, dude, go away. So if we actually have a proper look at this, it's like, this is what I wish that they would add to like Minecraft, just this sort of customization, which looks amazing. Yeah, if we go into free cam, It's like just that weapon just looks amazing. The shield looks awesome. The helmet looks amazing. And it just adds just like a lot of customization possibilities to Minecraft. Like this is still vanilla Minecraft. There's none of the stats changes. It's literally just texture overhauls on it. And I absolutely love it. So this is going to be our new outfit for the day in order to work on this new project. And if you could probably tell from the outfit, we are leaning heavily into a Roman themed build and free camp disabled. But now I actually have to figure out a way of sort of sherpering all of this over. Like, I think it's going to take 2 trips. It's going to be over at the new iron farm that we built. So yeah, what I am going to do in order to make this a little bit smoother is put you here and then put just everything I can, barring our rockets, into here, and probably this as well, just so that we can pick them up and place them back down. But yeah, what we're going to do is I'm going to Sherpa all of this stuff over, and then I will bring you back for a time lapse. We may have a break in the middle of the time lapse because otherwise it's going to probably be like a 10-minute time lapse. Just because of the sheer scale of the build, and I know it's going to be at least, I'm probably looking at the better part of around about, oh, we can carry one more, of around about, I'm going to say the better part of about 30 to 40 hours building this, just because of the, oh, I've not got any elytra on, so rockets are a little bit pointless, but I guess we're walking there, I guess, yeah. Yeah, so it's going to be the better part of about 30 to 40 hours just because of the sheer scale and complexity with the amount of slabs and stairs and detail work there is in this. So it's going to take a long time. So let's just hop straight into a time lapse of me sort of cracking on and trying to get this build done. And if I decide to have a break in the middle, then I'll probably bring you back for that. But I'll probably just try to steamroll through it and try to meet you at the end of the time lapse. So yeah, hopefully it all comes out alright, and I'll catch you after. Alright guys, so that was probably the longest time it's taken me to actually build a mega build in Minecraft, especially in survival. Like, going by the amount of footage I got recorded, it is just shy of 25 hours worth. And then if we add on the 6 to 7 hours worth of time that Cloud actually helped us out for, that would be a total of approximately 32 hours in order to get this build done. And as you can probably tell, it is a pretty big build, and the amount of different stair placements that there are in order to get the sort of depth and details in the columns, and then the different layers that was done, as well as the internal 4 seating areas, which I am noticing now I'm missing my banners, which I should actually have up there, which we can go and do in 1 second. But at the moment we just got all of the iron golems dropping in from above. I did initially try to get these 4 farms into these buildings on the side, but I kept on running into issues with iron golems spawning on the walkways and then wandering off. And even when I had it in like unspawnable blocks around it, with a water system in the middle washing the iron golems into here, they were still managing to sort of like spawn in the walls, and I'd have to make this like primarily of glass in order to prevent that from happening. So I've just kept the actual iron farm itself directly above. I may attempt to put some sort of structure around it. I'm not too sure what type of structure yet, but yeah, nevertheless, I did actually die 3 times while making it. And out of them 3 times I died, the only thing that I've lost permanently is my shield. That's because one of the hopper mine carts underneath had picked up half my stuff. I don't know where the shield disappeared to, but yeah. That done the sort of disappearing act on me as I was sort of building it. So we have actually got all of our mine carts running. This one down here occasionally does stop, the one that's picking up all of this stuff, but it is actually collecting it all, and it is dropping it all off into our storage system. So we should actually see just a bunch of the iron and bits and pieces come through here. Hello. And off it goes. And then I still need to light that fire, which I said last time when I was actually building a farm. But yes, nevertheless, let me go grab them banners. Like, the first time I died was I dropped down from the iron farm and I forgot to activate my elytra, because I usually leave it till like the very last moment. And I was actually having to make sort of adjustments to the design on the fly. These sea lanterns weren't here in the original design, but I completely forgot that I actually had to light this area up to prevent spawns. So rather than having torch spam everywhere or random street lights, I decided to put some sea lanterns in the middle of our floor design and then cover them with some glow light changes to make it blend in a little more with the diorite that's surrounding it. We've torn through most of my resources. The only resource that I did actually sort of run low on or out of was this stuff, the Nether Wart block, which Cloud actually had a bunch at his base in order to help us out sort of on the fly with that one, luckily. So if I remember correctly, why can I... Okay, that's probably why. And I haven't got ender pearls, that's just fantastic. So can we just like fly up to head by it? Ouch. Okay, so if we go 1, 2, 3, I think is on each one. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and then I've got to do that on each of them. I don't know if I had it all the way across or if I just had it on the outer ones. Let's have a look. To be honest with you, I probably want to do a patterned one. I want to get like like a squiggly pattern, and then for a different pattern on the last one to make it actually look like a hanging banner pattern. So I may work on that before putting the other ones in place. Yeah, it does mean having to head back, and you know what? I keep on doing that. I keep on leaving the iron farm on because I've not lit up any of the caves underneath. Whenever I go down low, the iron golems keep on spawning, and the pillagers sort of stop spawning because you've got all the hostile mobs that spawn underground. so I'll end up just having hundreds upon hundreds of iron golems there. I've only ran into this situation once, which is when we first built it and I went AFK overnight. I do need to put in a system to have lava being spat out in between, like underneath here. Like I have got an air gap just underneath here, so I can actually run a redstone line that runs around with some dispensers with lava buckets, just so I can come down here, press a button so I have lava coming out on the outer edges, just so that way if I do go AFK and someone else comes online and we do run out of spawns of the pillagers, that the iron golems will still be getting cold by the lava sources on the side. But yeah, nevertheless, what I'm going to do is go and mess around with these banners, see if I can't get a decent design going. I should really go grab my other tools, and then I'll bring you back once I've found a design that I'm happy with to... Oh, come on, guy. Can I do this little hop, skip and a jump? Thank you. Yeah, once I've got these banner designs sorted, you know that I've been playing too long when I can't even talk and I can't apparently jump either, which is just fantastic. So yeah, let me sort out the banners and then I'll bring you back once they're in place. Alright, so I've managed to get a design that I'm happy with but not like ecstatic about, and that's this. So we've got like a black trim at the top where it's obviously hanging down from, and then just a repetitive pattern on this second one here. So our two that we're working with is this one and this one. I kept on maxing out on the amount of things I could use, like the amount of different pattern things I could use. Also, when you place them and break them, they don't stack, which is highly annoying. So I keep on ending up with multiple different stacks of them, although they're the same freaking banner. One bad thing about banners is that obviously for the sake of the game and how much it runs, there is a render distance to them, similar to what you do get with chests and shulker boxes. With them being like tile entity things that they just won't render in from a certain range. So when you're on this side, you won't actually see the ones on that side, but what you can do is when you're in the middle, you do actually get them all rendering in, and it just adds just like another little level of detail to the actual build, which I think works really well, especially for these sort of like royal regal seating areas where our I was going to say pharaoh, it's not pharaoh, it's like what are the head people called in Roman times? They're not Tazars, I think that's Turkish. I have no idea. Commanders, legionnaires. I'm spaced on it. It's going to come to me as soon as I finish recording, which is the most annoying thing. But nevertheless, let's have a little fly around the building, and then what we can actually do as well, go options, video, shaders, let's go complementary reimagined. I shouldn't do this when I'm flying. I clearly don't learn my lesson because the amount of times I die when I'm flying doing this. Okay, there we go. And then we could just sort of pan back. So yeah, it does look really freaking cool in shaders. Now obviously I am going to have to extend this landmass out around the build and then build it going down into the ocean to create a new layer of the floor. So it's sort of like a gradual thing and not just a hard edge that leads onto the water. And I will probably carry on. I'll probably build stuff around here, not recording because it's going to be mainly cosmetic wise. I do need to tear down this back bit of the mountain by about at least 5 layers and have it as a gradient slope, and then bring this land mass around the edge here just so it sort of matches. But if we can just fly in through the middle. So yeah, I do like how it looks really freaking cool. I do get these weird little lines that sort of flare up when there's a lot of light shafts and light blooms coming through the little gaps in the corners and whatnot. I get these sort of imposter shadow lines that sort of glitch across, but I am really liking the way it's come out, and it does look really freaking cool. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed the episode, and hopefully the time-lapse has come out. It's going to take me a very long time to edit the time-lapse because it's just a ridiculous amount of footage that I've got recorded for it. But our iron farm is now fully done and complete, and it is looking really freaking cool. Like, I love the sort of scale of it, and although it does take a ridiculous amount of time, it does look, it's definitely worth the sort of time and effort that you put into it to actually look back and think, oh yeah, you know what, I am actually really happy with it. So nevertheless, hopefully you've enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully, if I can get out of this camera, hopefully I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye bye.